Hi and welcome to another video of the MK3 Supra project. Giving an update, I've been just working my fingers to the bone with these electronics, and I knew I wasn't gonna film this when I'm doing the electronics because the wiring is very time consuming and you get a lot of stuff going on in a small amount of time. So if I were to explain everything to the camera what I'm doing, it would take 10 times more time. But I'll explain to you in a second what I've been doing and showing you what I'm about to do. So all this wiring that you're seeing right here has been detached from the driver's footwell box. There's a huge amount of wires, but all these that come to this relay box, this one that is usually here, all these wires are connected with these clamps, only these. So this is the amount of clamps that is holding everything in this loom in place under here. So just remove them from there and pull them out like this, and then take all of these and place them into the cabin and reroute them under the dash on that side, and you can place this relay box and the fuses to the glove box. Also just want to show you that I have the alternator in, so that's everything is moving forward. Some wires are already connected to this side of the engine. And now inside the car I've been removing everything, and I think I need to remove the dash so I can reroute the wires from the footwell inside the dash to this side and drop the fuse box into the glove box. So I'm not gonna film everything right now, but I'm going to remove the dash next. Stay tuned and I will explain how I did everything later. Okay, welcome back. The dash is off. So the dash is over here. Took me a while to remove it, and I'm still not entirely sure what all the bolts were that were keeping it in. I know the last three that I had to loosen to get it off. But anyways, now the interior of the car looks like this. So I had to remove, or I didn't have to, but I removed the AC box. So there's the AC condenser here, and the ECU has been removed. It's on the floor over there, and both wire harnesses has been removed. So the ECU harness has been removed and the other one has been removed. So all the wire harnesses are over here in this nice, simple, very clear manner. But as frustrating as this might look, it's actually really easy now, because I'm gonna take both of these and just place them inside the cabin, and then from inside there I'm gonna pull only the necessary, the absolutely necessary wires into the engine bay and to the front of the car, but everything else is gonna be kept behind the firewall. So this is gonna be much more simple than it looks at the moment. And by the way, I'm still thinking about moving this wire harness also. Here's a small wire harness here. I think I might remove this also to that side of the firewall, since it's just through here. I'm gonna take it apart and remove it over there also, because these all connect to those wiring harnesses that are hanging from the door. Okay, I've been for about 4 days now, I've been just working with the electronics. I mean, the wire looms are not easy to make from the OEM to completely custom. So I'm not gonna film everything that I do with the wire harnesses, but I will explain to you what I did later on. Now, about extending these connectors, I'm gonna show you one connector that I'm about to extend and explain to you how I usually do it. I'm not telling you that it's the most best way or the most efficient way either to do these kinds of things, but it's my way. I've been doing it for other cars also, and yeah, that's why I'm showing to you. So I'm gonna show you. I am going to show you the coil pack connector. Now I'm gonna reroute the connector. Usually it goes on the side here, but I want to keep it as hidden as possible, so I'm gonna turn it like this and make it go under here, like I made the CPS also. The CPS I had to extend a bit. As you can see, I'm gonna hide this over there, and it's gonna go under this cover, and the connector is over here, and the wire goes under here and directly from there to the other side of the firewall. Now the next thing that I'm gonna show you, just a hip of warning here, if you are easily scared, look away now, because this stuff that I'm gonna show you is the stuff that is made from nightmares of what nightmares are made of. Here, this. Looks like a freaking chaos. But anyway, it's under control. It's just in my working process, and the connector that I'm about to extend is over. Where the heck did I put it? Here. So this is the one that we're gonna extend. At the moment it's quite short. It's not gonna be able to reach the engine over on that side, but I am going to extend this so that it reaches that connector plug on the other side. Now let's get to it. Okay, so this connector here has only one wire anymore to do, so I'm gonna show you that one. First of all, one connector at a time and one wire at a time. So this is, naturally I just cut it first, strip it, whoop, like that. And because this connector is gonna be on top of the engine, it's gonna get pretty hot. I'm gonna use these kind of connectors that are crimped, so it's a physical force that keeps it together. I'm not gonna use soldering on this one or heat shrink. I'm just gonna use a crimping. So for this end, I use this kind of system. I crimp these, and if you're better wire connecting builder than I am, then you can scream at your screen at the moment when you're telling me no, that's not the right way to do it, but this is my way. I've been doing this for as long as I remember, and these systems have never failed me. Now take the new extension wire. This is red, naturally. Just strip it also like this. Use the same gauge wire as the other one. Push it in there, make the connection to the hot side. Make sure that it's safely in there. Crimp it. I think I made it a bit hastily. Crimp it like so. Give it a good tuck to see that it's still intact. Then move on to the other side. Take this end also, strip it like so. Take the other end of this connector wire, strip that also. My wire strippers are pretty old, they're not in their best shape anymore. As you can see, I sometimes have to be a bit creative with these. take this end, take the new end like this, and then I use these soldering combinations with the heat shrink. So this is a connector that has a heat shrink and the soldering inside of them both. Connect the two wires inside or outside, no matter. You can do it both ways like this also. Connect these together, push the connector over the connection like that. Then use a heat gun and solder these wires together. Now once these connectors are still hot, it's really important that you don't give them any kind of tug for a good amount of time, because it will destroy the connection. But anyway, once it cools down, you can see the color also change to a bit more whitish color. You can feel it with your fingers. It's not that terrible. And now, since all of these four wires that are for this connector are soldered as like this from the cold side and connected from the hot side, also we have extended this connector pretty easily, so much. Now the next thing that I'm gonna do is, well, these have also a heat shrink in these ends. I'm gonna heat shrink these, but next thing that I do always is that I take this whole wire loom for this one connector from as far as I can from the wiring loom, and I start taping it. So I have some electrical tape here. There's also ready socks. I know that these electrical connections and systems have these kind of ready systems for wrapping the wires, but I use tape. I put tape on the base here like so, and I just start going like this, the whole wire loom, and make this one solid wire loom. It keeps it together nicely, makes it neat, makes it very well organized. And it doesn't matter that you have four red wires in the middle, because you're gonna tape everything, and from both ends you're gonna see the original colors naturally. So this is the system that I have been doing these electric wires for as long as I remember. I've been building cars for about maybe 14-15 years now, and this system has never failed me when I need to extend these OEM wires. Naturally, if you can and you can afford the completely new wires, and you can build your wiring looms from with these ready connectors that you can buy, then do that. It's the best and most efficient way. But if you have to use these old connectors with the wire looms that they come with, which is very usual with these old cars, then this is one way to do it, and one way that has never failed me, even though I've been driving on the track, on the street, in very hot conditions and everything. The wire looms have never been an issue for me. So this is the system that I use when building wires, and as you can see, this is really nice looking, very neat, very thin package of wires. So, and it's pretty quick to do also. If you need to extend, say, 4 wires for a connector, this is just a few minute job, and it's really safe, it's really easy, and pretty quick. And if you have, say, dozens of connectors with hundreds of wires, then it's gonna take a good afternoon, and maybe during the night a few hours. It's gonna take a few hours to finish, and once you get all finished, you'll be glad that you did it as well as you did, because this thing keeps them very well organized, and in the end it's gonna look very good. But anyway, that's it. That's how I do the wire looms. Then I just feed this to the other side through the firewall and connect it to the coil packs, and that's it. All right, so the wire has been, or the connector has been extended. As you can see, it's pulled here on this side. It's coming through the firewall, and now I just need to reach it over here. The easiest way is to follow the same paths as you follow with the other wires, and my route has been now here. I think this is gonna be a very easy solution to make a short package of wires on the firewall here, because I put some ready threads on this firewall here, so because I knew already before I was painting this engine bay that I was gonna route the wire looms from there to the other side of the engine. The other solution would have been to bring them through the firewall from the driver's footwell, from under the brake booster, and from there connect everything up and so on. But I thought that this is gonna be very neat and easy system to bring them through here, and I still can change this whole system to change this wire loom under this valve to make it even a bit more discreet, or whatever you want to call it, so that it's not so visible. I'm gonna just pull every wire through the same route on this side of the engine, and actually this is the last wire that I will be bringing to that side of the engine. So this is gonna be my wire loom on this side of the engine, very small, and I'm just gonna put a nylon sock or a nylon mesh over these wires and put them together, and then use these holders or these clamps from these screwed places, where I can keep the wire loom also in place while I'm driving, when the engine is shaking and everything. But now I'm just gonna bring this under the coil packs, like so, over here, connect everything like that, and then feed the wires as neatly as I can under here, and place them over there and over there, over there, and that's looking already pretty finished product. Alright, it's time now to put finally the intake manifold on the engine, and I am beyond nervous, because I've been, for almost 2 or 3 days, I've been just thinking, while I've been doing this electronics and everything, I've been just thinking that is there still something that I haven't figured out, because once you connect the intake manifold to the engine and put the seals on and everything, there's no coming back, or otherwise you need to replace the seals and everything. So it's a pretty hectic moment, and but now all the electronics, all the fuel rails, everything is in place. The alternator is in, the wires are in. I'm still waiting for the belt for it. I had 2 different kinds of belts for the alternator today to test the length of the belts, and I figured out which one I need, so I ordered the right one, because the 2 that I had, one was a bit too short, one was a bit too long, so I took 2 still from the middle. So all the alternatives, I'm going to test them and find the right one. But now, like I said, it's time to put the intake manifold on the last time, so that's something that I'm going to film now. Perkele. In the words of Virgin Mary, I can't believe that it's in. But there it is. The intake manifold is finally in. All the electronic stuff under it is finalized. The injector connectors are not quite yet in. I didn't put them quite yet. I still need to torque every bolt once more, and after that I'll put the injectors in. But as you can see, the throttle position sensor is in. Focus, hocus pocus focus, that it's in. The wire also for that can be easily turned up like this so that it doesn't see, you cannot see it that well, and the throttle body is actually working. So, well, one thing that I knew already before I installed this intake manifold was that the throttle cable is not gonna reach the throttle body quite yet, so there's that much gap to fill, and I'll need to figure that out maybe somehow later on. The strut towers are in place. This is for the idle control valve. I'm gonna hide it somewhere under there because I'm gonna connect the idle control valve to this. This is a 10mm hose. I'm gonna just place it downwards like that, and from there on the top of the intake manifold there's still a line out, as you can see there. I'm gonna take the vacuum for the brake booster, and then whatever else the engine management system needs, like the pressure, boost pressure knowledge and stuff like that. But anyway, the MAF sensor is here, and the MAF wire is close by, so I could connect this also immediately if I wanted to, like this, like so. And the boost pipes are so far, and the end bit that I have for the boost pipes over here is ready, but I just haven't hooked it up quite yet. So as you can see, we are very much in a ready state. This radiator is on, the fan is on, the CPS is on, the coils are on, the engine temperature can be found from here. This is for the gauge only. The O2 sensor is also on. I'm gonna finalize this downpipe later, but not now. Also the ABS pump is on, all the brake lines are on. The wires for this one was very easy. Just turn them in from there. And the windshield wipers line came from there, so it's a really direct fit here. But these lines, I just turned them inside in there, and they are hooked here, as you can see, and go inside of that. And the fuel pump relay that usually sits here is in the glove box. This is for the windshield washer pumps. The ABS sensor is also gonna come from there and hook right here under the well. The lights are not connected quite yet, but I don't need those to start the engine, so hopefully soon I'll be in that state that I have the idle control valve also on, and I get to finally start this thing for the first time with this setup. Okay. Right now we are at that phase that the engine is, it's in there, and the intake manifold is on. Everything is torqued down. I could put in already coolant into the engine. All the system, the cooling system, and all the hoses and everything is connected and tight. There's still a few things missing, like the belt for the alternator and the water pump. That's missing. Well, the engine doesn't need it for starting. Then also the boost pipes are not connected at all, so I can try to spin the engine for the first time with this setup, and I just want to hook up the battery first to make sure that when I hook it up, it doesn't immediately go off or something crazy like that, and that it starts from the key and does everything as it's supposed to be. But since I don't have the dash on, it might not do anything quite yet. It could be really frustrating, but I'm still willing to try. I'm gonna put the negative battery terminal to the chassis and see what it does. And then if it does nothing, go inside the car and turn the key and try to start. I mean, it's probably not gonna start. It shouldn't start, but it might start because it still has all the necessary things. It has fuel, it has ignition, but it doesn't have the MAP sensor, and it doesn't have idle control valve. So there's a slight possibility that it doesn't start. But if it even promises even a little bit, then that's good enough for me. So let's try it. At least there was no flames or anything. I don't know if there's any fuel pressure in the system, but at least I don't smell any fuel at the moment. And yeah, many questions, but at least it starts. So that's a good sign. It didn't burst into flames. It didn't burn any fuses, and it actually tries to start. So there's just some possibilities that, since there's no dashboard, there might be some kind of connection that it's not telling the fuel pump to prime or something like that, but I'll check everything now. Okay, there's zero pressure in the fuel line, I mean the fuel rail, so it's not priming the fuel pump, it's not doing anything, so there must be some kind of connection that's not still hooked on. But anyway, I can still try to give it a bit of something, some kind of some chemical directly into the intake manifold, and if it even tries to ignite, then I know that it has the coil packs and the ignition is kind of on, but it's just not getting fuel. So let's try that next. Okay, well, I'm relieved and I'm hopeful that the why it's not starting at the moment is just because, like I said, it doesn't have an idle control valve at the moment, and it doesn't have a MAP sensor on because the boost pipes are not ready, and it's not giving fuel to the engine. But those are all minor issues at the moment, so I'm very glad that the car starts at least. It could be also that the ECU is not getting power at the moment. I'm not completely sure what all those plugs do that I have disconnected still. But anyway, the project is moving along very nicely. I mean, it's not far from here now that we get to drive this thing actually, because we're already starting it, trying to get it running. And once you get the project car running, you know that's you're about to hit that final 10%. And as you know, the final 10% takes 90% of the time. So we're about to hit that final step, and now this is already very promising. I mean, I'm beyond happy, and I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about driving this car once again. So yeah, let's keep on working. Okay, we are in final stages of starting the Supra. I'm this close to getting it started. There's a bunch of grounds that I have been picking up so that the ECU, the fuel pump, everything gets what they need. I have the dashes on already also, and the dashboard, so I can see the ECU flashing all the codes and everything. And I think we are ready to get the car started. I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna start it a few times and test a few things, and yeah, really exciting. Okay, so that was it. It tried to start, so I know that we're really close. So the thing that I was looking for the most was the igniter box. I had no idea that the igniter box itself had to be grounded, because I have all the igniter and and all the like the for the injectors, the resistor pack, and the relay for the fuel pump and everything. I have them in the glove box at the moment, inside the car, behind that side of the firewall. I had no idea why the ECU was giving me the code 14, which means that the ECU doesn't get the igniter signal, which was very strange. So I tried to research the wires that I did, everything, the extensions and everything that they made. I tried to search those, if there was any kind of fault. But finally I just tried to take the igniter box and just place it against the chassis and turn the key, and it started right up. So now we still don't have an idle control valve, so I need to maybe lock the throttle plate, throttle body a bit open so that the engine gets air, which is always a bit scary, but I'll try that next, and I'll try to get it running for a little bit. Great success. The engine runs. There's still a lot of fault codes and everything, but it runs. So I think we can get it sorted out now. Today is another day, and I've been assembling the charge pipes. These are fully tight now. They're not fully done. I need another 45-degree angle there, but they are in a functional form now. All the coolant hoses are also in place. The alternator is in place also. The alternator belt is there. So I'm really excited to test all the functionalities of this car. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna fill the radiator system. So the cooling system, I'm gonna fill this with coolant, and I have this cool gadget for it. So next you're gonna see how I use that. So the tool that I have for coolant fill up is this vacuum operated thingy, and now I'm gonna fill the coolant system. Now with this radiator filling tool, the vacuum system or the sealing is not very efficient in this tool itself. So I made this kind of radiator cap myself from an old radiator cap, so that this seals everything very well, and you can actually create the vacuum without the possibility of leaking from the cap itself. So the cooling system seems to be it's not maybe entirely full, but it's close enough. And since while I was doing this whole thing, I removed the oil filter housing and the oil cooler and stuff like that, and I replaced the filter also with a new one. At the moment I'm gonna fill up a bit of new oil, some Castrol Edge here. And naturally, after I've got this car to run for a bit and I've been driving it around for a while, then I'm gonna change pretty quickly the oil also again to some maybe 10W60 with this engine. I think that's gonna be just fine. And yeah, now it has a fresh filter in there. It has some coolant, and it's got the belt for the alternator and the water pump, so it's gonna start recirculating the water immediately. And I have the valve stock open also from the heater core, so it's gonna create a lot of air bubbles here. And all these clamps and everything are connected correctly. So even though the engine doesn't have the fuel pump, I mean the fuel rail pressure at the moment, maybe I should hook that up already so that it gets the vacuum and pressure from the intake manifold immediately. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hook that up immediately now so that the fuel pressure is okay. And then I'm gonna start the car, let it run for a while just to warm up and get the fluids moving. So that's gonna be the next step. so it's running a bit rough, but I'm gonna see the voltage, and it's 14.4, so the alternator is working just fine. That's a good sign. So the alternator is working, the car is working, everything is working. Now we can leave it to charge like this, and I don't know why it's running so rough. Maybe because of the ignition timing, the advance. But anyway, I'm gonna just let it warm up now for a little bit. Okay, it's been many days. For about I'd say a week has gone by. Yeah, a week and 2 days. And the last 3 days I've been working on my new kitchen, and I had some house guests and so on. But today I've actually had some time to work on the Supra since the first start, and now it's really looking like a car. So take a look. Yep, buddy. Has the front bumper on, has the lights, has everything, even the fenders, the inner fenders, the what do you call it, the lining. And this thing is starting to look real good. All the details and everything. I don't know why, but this is something extra that I did. The engine wiring ground. Well, this is unnecessary here. I'm still gonna finish this, but the engine wire loom ground is with this. Well, the camera doesn't want to focus, but the engine ground is with this fancy pants bolt. With this, and I think it just looks awesome. So I still need to finish these wires. I'm gonna put this one nylon sock over these, so it's gonna look real good over there. And that's pretty much the only wire loom that you're gonna see in the engine bay. It's going up over there, and it just disappears. So as you can see, there are no wires, there are no electrical connections seen here, no any boxes or fuse or relay boxes or anything, just the charge pipes over here also. And these are still just temporary. I'm still gonna remove these and put them very much more nice. And the idle control valve is still over there. It's hooked up, but it doesn't do anything. And yeah, it's starting to look real good, and I can start it up from the key immediately if I want to. But now the time has come to bleed the clutch and bleed the brakes, so that's my next thing that I'm gonna do. as you can see, the car is out in many months. I can't even remember when was the last time that this car was out, so it's a celebration now. Yeah, truly a magnificent milestone with this car's project. I got it on wheels, got everything hooked up, everything is connected and ready. The car starts from the ignition. There's still no throttle, so that's a big minus, but anyway, the car is very ready to be on the road. But today I'm gonna clean the garage. I'm gonna spend this day just cleaning everything, because as you can see, the garage, it's a mess. I mean, there's just junk everywhere, because my method of working is that I don't use my time cleaning when I'm doing this kind of project, only if it's necessary, but otherwise I just throw the garbage on the floor and mind about it later. So today is gonna be the cleaning day. I'm gonna clean the garage, organize it very well, and then start detailing the car, because I want to see this baby shine. So that's next. Okay, a bit of an update again. So the phase where we are at right now is pretty much ready. There's not much to do anymore. All on this side is done. The throttle position sensor is still not adjusted, so it needs to be adjusted in a very special way. There's the idle control valve, is very artistically manufactured there. It's steady, but it doesn't show that much. You can just see that it's okay, it's down there. The alternator and the belt, everything is working over there. The coolant system is full. There are zero leaks, absolutely zero leaks. Everything works fine. It starts from the ignition. Well, yeah, the breather, I need to wire that still up. I'm still about to decide where I'm gonna put it. It needs to be over there or over there. And well, that's the exhaust side. It's gonna be the hot side. Here it will be just ugly, so might go over there somewhere. Anyway, it's getting there. We are ready to hit the roads once again. The inner fenders are on, the tires are on, everything is ready from that side. So yeah, looking good. Boom. The car is, I would like to say, ready. The engine compartment is done. It's complete. Everything works. Everything is set up, everything is tuned. The TPS, the ignition, everything is done. And now in the very final phase, I still did one more detailing to this car. And just look at this paintwork. It is absolutely beautiful. It is pristine, as one would call it. You don't find one scratch from this car. And now, as you can see, the doors are in great shape. The seat, the glove box is still hanging out because I couldn't find the little thing that keeps it closed. But the odometer, or whatever you call these are perfect. There's a bit of sand on the floor. But it is in such a great shape. Even these plastics, look, all of them perfect. And now we can check under the hood. Look at this bonnet. I mean, it is so shiny. It is so shiny. It's incredible. But like I said, under the hood, ta-da! There's the expansion tank for the coolant. It has a 1.1 bar cap on it. And there's another 1.1 bar cap. The throttle body was pretty tricky to adjust, but it's done. The that over there is my take on the idle control valve, and yeah, this thing is a beauty to admire. With all the little details and everything. And the super glossy finish with this carbon fiber lip. I mean, yeah. Now it's just screaming for new wheels. I mean, I don't really prefer these wheels. These are not the ones that I would prefer to have on this car. I've been thinking about painting these just black and replacing the bolts with some gold bolts. Yeah, look at this. Oh my lord, this is beautiful. I even had to manufacture my own throttle cable, but it works now perfectly. And yeah, it is a beautiful car now. And I think 4 years back, when I did the spoiler delete, this did have the spoiler originally, but I deleted it. I think I made the right choice. But yeah, this project is done. So I know that this last video kind of didn't include so much of the actual work that I was doing, but I've been just for almost a week now, every day from morning till midnight, I've been just working on this car. And the smallest details that I had to do was I had to make many more groundings for, like, say the ABS pump. For some reason it went to diagnostic mode for no reason at all, so I had to ground it again from the box itself. I have no idea why it lost its ground, but maybe it was a wiring issue, I don't know. Then all of a sudden, the once or twice, the lights motors, the ones that do the flipping, or the pop-up headlights motors, those stopped working for a couple of times, and I actually had to disassemble the motors from the pop-up headlight motors. I had to disassemble that whole thing and replace the small, what do you call them, the diodes from inside the motors, so to get them working. And I had to dive deep with this car. I was searching through the TSRM catalogs, which show all the wirings for this car, how they work, where they're supposed to go, and how is it tested and everything. I had to search those and do the wirings many times myself. But that's part of this hobby. I mean, it's so fascinating to me also to do all this work then. And now when I'm actually finished with this car, it even has the I put so many extras to this project, like the power steering to the trunk. It has the flip-on switch for that in the cabin. It has the potentiometer for it, and also I included an electric trunk opening mechanism to this car, so I can just click on a button from the interior and it opens the trunk electronically. I didn't include that to the videos, and I had to do so many extra things with this car that my short and sweet project of making the engine bay a little bit prettier extended to a almost whole car project. But now it's done. It's ready to be registered, or MOT, whatever you call it, but to be road legal again. So I'm gonna take it there. Then next thing that I might do for this car would be the interior. I mean, I've been thinking about getting the Sparco R100 seats and maybe full leather interior, the door panels, the dash, everything, to replace those, make a new floor mats and make the trunk really neat. And once that's done, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with this next, but I'll figure out something. So thank you for watching and have a good one.